Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're all doing well. So, tonight I'm doing something a little bit different. A lot of times I'll have new tool announcements. I think there have been one other time where I did some tool deals. And this time of year, it's usually a little bit slower with hearing some new tool news. So, what I'm going to do is there's just really a lot of things to talk about with the upcoming weekend, the Memorial Day savings events, and some other things, other sales events too. So I'm going to be talking about those. So it's going to be just kind of a quick, brief overview of those things, and then I'd like to do another video sometime pretty soon, going in the stores and looking at some of the things. I already have some footage that I picked up already that I need to edit and then maybe show you some of my favorites. So I just want to have tonight just be a little bit of a generalized summary of what to expect and when the sales end. So we're going to quickly look at a few things. So if you're here, welcome on in. Appreciate you guys stopping by because I'm not sure if I'm competing with the NBA playoffs and NHL. So, and yeah, baseball as well too. Well, not playoffs, but baseball is getting pretty exciting, especially if you're from the state of Michigan, like me, a Detroit Tigers fan. They are really on a tear right now, so it's very fun to watch them. Just seeing them continue to win. So that's what I have going on right now. I was going to tell you one of my questions on here, wondering if you guys are able to keep up on the. I'm just going to click on this minute to see if anybody's voted. So if you're able to keep up on your mowing this week, so we've had Monday here in Michigan. I think we had rain later in the day. Unfortunately, I didn't mow on Monday, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all rain. And then I'm not even sure tomorrow. I really need to get some mowing done before the weekend. And I don't know if we're going to have a break in the weather or not for that. So one of the things that I haven't got around to, just talking about mowing, we'll get into the sales here in just a second. I was going to just quickly mention what is new and I'm excited about right now this year. So if you've watched my channel, you may have seen the Yarbo robot that did snow plowing for me. And then it has a attachment for the front for a lawn mowing attachment. So let's see, I'm going to show that in just a second. So I've been using that. It's been a little bit of a learning curve, just figuring that program out, how to make zones for my robot. And then after I made some zones and I'm changing them because I'm realizing that just some things work a little bit better and need to be tweaked. So right now I am really excited with the way that it's been working, and I can be away from my house and from my phone, I can tell it to go on out, or I can program it, but I prefer to just manually do it because depending on what type of weather we have, I don't want it to just go out on a day like today where it's going to go through puddles and potentially get stuck. So I'll show you a picture of what that looks like, but I'm really amazed with the stripes that it does. So I'll be showing you that in just a few minutes. So yeah, welcome on in. Let me catch up on some of the comments. I need to move. I have a couple different monitors set up. So John, welcome on in. He said, I had to order a new mower, grabbed an Ego since it was only $100 more than a little push mower. Curious which one you got. I reviewed their 21-inch. I'm not familiar with all their models, but the one that I reviewed, it really did a nice job. It left some clumps. I was comparing it to the Ryobi one, and I didn't know about this, but somebody said I may have had some different blades on there, some mulching blades instead of maybe the high lift blades or vice versa. I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, very nice mower. Very happy with it. I recently reviewed the Ego 880 CFM handheld leaf blower, and that thing is amazing. I love that, especially like when I'm mowing with my zero turn mower. When I'm done, I just want to grab a blower real quick to hit all the belts in there where the grass builds up, because right now it's springtime is definitely, sometimes it's kind of wet and sticky and clumpy. So it's nice to get that out right away as soon as you're done. So I definitely recommend that. If you haven't seen that video, that's one that I did probably 3 weeks ago. Hey, Mark Ostrowski, welcome back. Good to hear from you again. John, let's see. I want to make sure I say your last name, Odinson. Yeah, I've heard a bit about those blades. Yeah, so that was one thing that may have been a little bit different in my comparison, but I tried to show all the different factors. That was just one of the things that Ryobi got the green check mark over the Ego was with the clumping. But there were several different factors that I looked at, and they're both really good mowers. So that's why I thought I'd make an interesting video to see what other people think. Let's see. All right, so let's take a look. Oh yeah, I'm going to go over to the next slide here a second. I just wanted to show you. This is the, I need to move something out of the way here on my screen a minute. So the Yarbo, yeah, you can see that Yarbo robot right there. Let's see, hang on, sorry, just a second. All right, so this has a tow hitch, and I haven't put that on there yet, but I've seen some people hook up some pretty big trailers to it. And right here you can see there's actually tandem. They have two different trailers going. Let's see, my cursor here is a little bit different than what I see on the screen. So it really looks like it has some strong pulling power, and that is something that I plan on putting it to the test. And I really hope that later next week I can get my Yarbo lawnmower video out, because it really, after doing some tweaking, I'm very impressed with it. All right, so let's get on with what we're talking about. So first we're going to check out Home Depot here. And so yeah, whoops, clicked on. I have a touchy keypad. So yeah, first of all, for Memorial Day, there's a lot of great savings events, but we also want to just take the moment right up here. You can see we honor and remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. So yeah, we want to keep that in the forefront of this weekend, just honoring those people. Hey, Jeremy, welcome on in. Good to hear from you. Let's see, yeah, how's things going at the golf course? Is it pretty wet? So where I'm at in Michigan, it's been raining like crazy, and I missed my one day of the week to go out and mow, and now I'm wishing I wish I would have known to go out Monday instead. And Mark says, how do you sharpen some lawnmower blades? My lawnmower blades are not cutting the grass. So I have the ultimate, what's it called? The ultimate sharpening system. I don't think I've made a review on that. It requires you having an angle grinder, and then you use some paddle sanding discs, either a 60 grit or 40 grit. You can, if they're really bad, you can use the regular angle grind, the regular wheel on it. That's like a 4.5, I think 4.5 or 5-inch is the angle grinder that I have, and that works really well. I don't know if you've ever seen it or not, but it just gives you a nice uniform cut. I've tried different things like freehanding them, and that just doesn't work. And then you can set your degree, which I think is around 25 degree, if I'm not mistaken. And then after I sharpened the blade, both sides, then I have an Oregon blade balancer that's on the wall. And I put the blade on there, and you can see if it's balanced. And if it's not, then you might get some wobble in your deck. So I make sure to like take a little bit more off one side that is a little bit heavier, so that way your blades are balanced and sharp. And that is the best system that I found. So my goal this year is to have a second set always sharp, ready to go. Then when I take them off, get right to sharpening the other ones. So if I want to switch the blades I know like people are professional lawn care, they'll do it more than once a week at times. So for my own house, I would like to probably do it probably at least once a month. So with the Yarbo robot, that's a little bit different. So if you guys watch that video when it comes out, you'll see it has like little razor blades in there that you change out. I think you can flip them around to do the other side for cutting, and then you just discard the ones that are used and then put some new ones in. So I think there's 6 razor blades per disc, and there's 2 discs. So yeah, it's really quite interesting. It's really made for just going out and just cutting a fraction off with the robot mowers, and not like taking a couple inches off like you might if you have a regular zero-turn mower. All right, so let's take a quick look at the Home Depot, what we have going on right here. So if you check their website, you'll just see that, let's see, yeah, they have quite a few savings. I just wanted to mention, if it doesn't say it on here, Home Depot, it started May 15th and it ends on the 28th, which is next Wednesday. So another thing that they have at Home Depot, it's Ryobi Days, and that started May 19th, and I'm not sure when it ends. I didn't get an end date. So if you go into your Home Depot store, you'll see some Ryobi Day deals, and we'll talk about that in just a second. I'm going to go back up one here. So when I went into my local Home Depot, this is the only ad that you're going to see if you grab a paper flyer, unless they had another one that I didn't see. So this one talks about mostly outdoor stuff. So like fertilizers and weed killer, bug be gone, charcoal, patio sets, flowered pots, air filters. So to get all the other deals, then you'll have to go to the website or go in the store and you'll see a huge display, a lot of things going on. So right here, if you click, let's see, let me go to the next one. So yeah, if you go right here and you click on the outdoor power equipment right here, tools and outdoor power equipment, you'll see all these different categories that you can check out. So it's just, let's say you're looking for a mower, let's see, I'll catch up on the comments in just a second. So here's what we have going on. So I have a new Ryobi mower that I'm going to make a review on. I did actually show that against the Ego, but that was a prototype one. It should be pretty much the exact same that was last fall before it was even announced. So I met with the Ryobi team and they were here at my house and I had a chance to give it a test run before it was even announced. And then I believe this is it right here. So so it's been really working well for me. I really like this mower. So you're going to see that review coming out very soon. So there's, just some pretty good deals on some of the other mowers right here. You can just see one that's $429, 30% off down to $399. And I don't see a deal on this one right here. I think because it just came out. Let's catch up on the comments real quick. So Jeremy, let's see. Got to go back over here. Yeah, so John, he said, yes, sir, salutes to the heroes who gave everything. Yep. And Jeremy's asking how I'm doing. I'm doing well. I'm just a little busy in my life right now that I didn't get a chance to get as many videos out as I want to lately, but hopefully the weather will cooperate. That's part of the thing, and just a really busy time of the year. And I'm trying to balance everything, but I'm having a good time. So I'm never bored. So when you're a busy person, I'd say you'd never have the chance to say that you get bored. Jeremy said he mowed the lawn at his house. That's good. If you have sunshine, if you're west of Michigan, hopefully that's coming this way. And someone at the golf course gave me a catalog with the lawn equipment. So I'm guessing it's probably like a lot of Toro or the Real mowers that have, I see a lot of those where they just really take a fraction of the grass blades off at a time. Yeah, and speaking of golf, my son Sawyer's home from college and he's really into golf. And I was into golf a little bit over the years, and then I kind of stopped playing for a while, and then now I'm back in it. So I'm busy trying to balance my time going out golfing with him because that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that. And then just trying to keep up on the mowing and my tool reviews, things like that. So I will hopefully get a couple of tool reviews out a week. That's my goal. Now that we have springtime here and the longer daylight, I'm hoping that that's going to be the case for me. So that's, yeah, I just want to quickly highlight some of these things. I could probably keep you guys here a really long time looking at some of the different things. So yeah, there's Milwaukee, Rigid, DeWalt. So this is where you're going to see all the different savings right here. And I'm going to look for the Ryobi Days so I can tell you exactly what that is. So it's really handy if you're somebody like you're a new homeowner. my experience as a home builder, we did a lot of new construction homes, and we sold to a lot of first time home buyers. And a lot of times when I was going in there making some final tweaks, like adjusting the doors, people would ask me about the tools that I have and wondering what they should get. And I would say if you can invest in a kit like this right here, depending on what platform you want to get into, these really are valuable. I think you're going to find that if you have them, the bag with all those tools, eventually you're going to be using them. You're going to be really glad that you have them. So like this right here was $299. Now it's $199. Save $100, 33% off. That's a great deal from Ryobi. And you can just see a lot of different things. Like they have that grinder. So if it's, that definitely would be handy. And then DeWalt. I actually have this. I reviewed something similar to this in the past, probably about 5 years ago. And I still use it to this day. It's at another location where I keep it. And it just really, if I need something, I know I can go in there, and I have a couple extra batteries. So it's always, there's something charged and ready to go. And if I need to just cut some plywood or use the angle grinder, the one that I have has a Sawzall or reciprocating saw on it. And yeah, it's definitely recommend that. So you can check that out. And then there's just a lot of smaller things you can get as well too. So let's just check out. Yeah, with Ridgid. So they have, all right. So I'm not showing this on sale at the moment. Jeremy's asking if I like mowing the lawn. I definitely do. It's a rewarding thing when you go out, and it's a lot of times I don't keep up on it like right away. It gets kind of tall, and it's so nice to see that like night and day difference where it goes from tall to short, and seeing the stripes. To me, that's a very rewarding thing. All right, so let's go. This is something else. I want to come back to the Ryobi days and talk about that. Bosch has some deals going on, and let me look at my notes. So that started May 1st and goes through July 31st. It's their Father's Day season deals. And I just have 3 different tools. I'm going to make a dedicated video on this. And some are available at, I think they're both available at Amazon as well as at Lowe's. So you can just see right here, this, you're going to find the savings between 18 and 35%. So this right here looks like a really handy item from Bosch. So this is the 5-in-1 drill driver system. So I've reviewed another tool similar to this, and it's really handy. It's Milwaukee has the installation drill driver, and if you look at this, you just see all these different attachments. So there's like a right angle, there's a drill attachment, there's the it's not going to be an impact driver, but it's a 1/4-inch chuck, and then it has the 1/4-inch offset. So one thing you can do is if you're using that 1/4-inch, you can put that on the end of the 90 degree. So if you're trying to get into a tight space, that really is the way to go. So people that are into doing cabinet installations and like appliance installations, something like this really gets in those tight spaces and it's very handy. So, and also I'm going to have some links down below. I don't have them right now, but if you check back later on tonight, I'll have them to the Home Depot, Lowe's, and some of these Amazon links right here. And I'll have more information on the Ryobi days that you can click on. This is another handy item right here for $59. This is, again, part of that Bosch Father's Day season deals. So 25% discount. This is a cross-line laser level. This is something I reviewed, another model very similar to this many years ago, and it's really a handy item. It just self-levels. So if you put it on something, I think this one, I'm just going to see if it has, there's like a mount. Okay, so it has a magnet mount. You can hang it on like a nail. And oh, it looks like it comes with a bracket of, let's see. All right, so I'm not sure the one that yeah, so you can put it on a tripod like that. So if you're really needing to micro adjust it, there's some good solutions that you can use with this. If you're trying to put some pictures or some cabinets, all different types of things, vertical and horizontal, this thing I think will pay for itself in a short time, or it's a great gift to give somebody else. Let me click out of this. So yeah, once again, $59.78. It's a price on that. $1 Bosch item. Oh, my audio is cutting out. I think I'm moving away from, yeah, thanks, Jeremy. I'm talking away from this. Is that better? Yeah, it would help if I talked into the mic and not away from it. So we'll see if that's better. All right, so this is, go to the next one. So just this a corded item right here. This is their sander, a 5-inch corded variable speed random orbital sander, 2.5 amps. So for $59, it has the micro filter system on it. And you can also, it has an adapter for a dust port. So, and that one, let's see, what is the, yeah, 25% on that as well too. All right, let's take a look at Lowe's. Hey, Jeremy, you still there? I'm wondering if my audio has improved since I moved my mic. I'm going to end the poll over here a second. So 60% said yes, they're able to keep up. 40% no. Huh. Yeah, it looked like a lot of weather was, like rainy weather was going across the United States. So I guess it just depends where you're at. Okay, at Lowe's, their deals are going to end the same as Home Depot on Wednesday, May 28th. So one thing I'm going to just mention, you do need to, if you're checking out their, you can go in the store, but if you're going on their website, or I'm sorry, yeah, if you're going on their website, you do have to register. So this is my, I registered on here with Lowe's, so you're going to be able to see the savings. So when you register with them, I think it's just sign up for rewards. It isn't like sign up for anything other than that. So then you can see on there some things, maybe if you're not a member, you might have to put it in your cart and then you can see what the deals are. But let's look at outdoor tools and equipment. So this is right away something that I reviewed last summer. I'm very impressed with it. It's the Greenworks Pro, the 3000 PSI, 2 gallon per minute cold water electric pressure washer with 5 spray tips. So I have been using this. Yeah, like I said, if you want to check out and see my review, you'll see how well it did. I put a snow cannon on it, foam cannon. Sorry, one of it, it's called Snow Foam, a product that you put in your foam cannon, and it really is great for washing some of your cars, vehicles, your lawn equipment. It just puts a nice foam that just kind of lifts that dirt off. It's pretty awesome. And so yeah, it's normally $449, and if you get it during these deals, $150 off. I'd say that's pretty amazing, and it has a nice review on it. 973 people, 4.1 star review. All right, we're gonna just take a look at a few more things here. The tools. So a good time to buy some batteries, toolboxes, Craftsman, DeWalt. Let's see, you're also going to be able to find Bosch there as well too, like I mentioned. Let's see. I really didn't get a chance to go through this too much, but just want to at least kind of open the door for you guys to check it out. So this is an item. I really like this sander right here, and I'm going to be reviewing some sanders pretty soon. This is the DeWalt XR 20 volt brushless 5-inch random orbital sander. Does a nice job. It doesn't look like they have, it's kind of interesting. They have it under the Memorial Day savings, but they don't show it. And maybe it's just one of their popular items. It's a bestseller. So maybe they just want people aware of that. But if you go through this, you're going to see some really good deals like I showed you there earlier. This is a handy item that maybe not a lot of people would know that they would use. When I first tested it out, I had the Milwaukee version of this, and this one looks very similar to that. It's just having a 3-inch cordless cutoff tool, and around my bench vise, it's amazing how much I use this, like clamping something down on the bench vise, all these little things that break around the house. This thing really does a great job. At first, I didn't see the value in it, but for 179, if you gave it to somebody as a gift, they don't have it. I think after they try it for a little while, they're going to wonder how they ever got along without it. It's just very handy. I thought I was in good enough shape with a angle grinder, but once you try this, it's very precise. It really, like I said, just trust me on it. It's amazing. And if you want to see how they work, you could search my channel and see the Milwaukee version of that. See my review from probably 5 years ago. See if I look younger. So yeah, that's mostly it. I was going to just see if there is anything on the, but yeah, so here's the Ryobi days right here. So if you get the starter kit right here, let me just click on that. So then you can get a free tool, one of these tools, if you buy the starter kit. So you get a 4 amp hour battery, a 2 amp hour battery, and then you can get one of these tools right here. I was going to see, I have a Ryobi tool that I'm going to be reviewing possibly tomorrow, but I guess I won't spoil it for you. It's just one of my Fast Friday tool reviews that I want to show. Just kind of a quick and easy, cool thing that I think is going to be very handy to have this summer. So let me go here. All right, so that's kind of a quick overview of all the savings events. If there's something that you want to find out a little bit more about on some savings, please let me know. Let me go back to the comments. I'm going to assume okay. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't keeping up. Yeah, John said, I might have to grab that laser level. I'm doing a built-in fireplace, mantle, TV stand combo. Yeah, it's amazing how accurate it is. And just having that self-leveling, you just don't, like, I just never get my level out hardly at all anymore. It's a great job. It does a great job. Jeremy says, I saw the greenskeeper of the golf course mowing the lawns at the golf course in the neighborhood. I'm sure they're probably out there. I wonder, the times that I golf, which is usually later in the day or late afternoons, I don't see them out there. So I'm wondering if they're usually mowing golf courses more so in the morning before all the golfers get out there. When I was in high school, I decided to golf for one season when I was a sophomore, just to try it out. I was kind of a small person, too small to play football. And I don't know what other sport you could do at that time. So I did golf. I wasn't that great. There's some other people who are a lot better than me. But did improve my game quite a bit. And it seemed like in the mornings when we were out there practicing, I think the golf team got to start off. I think we had the rights to go off first, and then they opened up to the public after that. So it seemed like a lot of times when we were out there golfing, that's when they were doing their mowing. Michael says, which 18-volt jigsaw from Ryobi is better? I haven't reviewed a Ryobi jigsaw. I'm just going to, while we're talking right here real quick, to see. Well, first I want to see if they offer it both the barrel grip and the D handle. Because there's a whole debate on that. I think more of the professionals, let's see. All right, let me go back to see how savvy I am with my live stream skills. All right, so looking at this right here. All right, so this is so here we have the barrel grip. So it seems to me like more people who are doing that coping of your base trim, they prefer the barrel grip. And then I think traditionally just a lot of DIYers, most people use the D grip like this right here. So one of the first tools that my grandpa gave me, we had a friend in the family that worked for Rockwell Tool Company in Kentucky when he was living in Kentucky. And he gave us some tools. I mean, I probably have one over here. I mean, these are very old. So like I'm saying, when my grandpa was younger, And he's passed on now, so he would be well over 100 if he were still alive. Um, so these were the old corded models, and it seemed like at that time you would see a lot of the traditional D handle like this, and that's what I think a lot of people started out with, and then they evolved offering both. So I would, I don't know, it's tough. um, I'm because I've done most of my cutting with the D handle. That's probably what I would go with, but I've also had the really good luck with the D handle as well too. So I guess, yeah, it really just comes down to personal preference. You could probably search on Reddit and just find a whole bunch of comments on there, people talking about that. So, yeah, hopefully that answers. I don't know if that helps you out at all or not. I have different tools I've tested, and I can easily adapt to either one. So I think you're not going to go wrong. So can you please do a hammer drill review? One that I did not maybe a year and a half ago is the Milwaukee M12 hammer drill, I believe. That is probably one of my favorite tools because it's amazing how much power that has for I drill a lot of anchors. So that one is very handy. I also have some new Ryobi tools coming in. So yeah, I can look at doing something like that too. Hey, Texas Vet, good to hear from you. So yeah, we're just kind of wrapping up. So I appreciate you being able to stop on in. He says, hello, Mark and viewers. Hope everyone's having a good day. Sorry I was late. Yeah, no problem. I would like to announce this a little bit sooner, but sometimes just depending on how my day is going, I'm trying to balance a lot of things. And sometimes I don't get my thumbnail out there or post this until like an hour before. So I also made a post on there as well too. So that was all kind of last minute. So if I can do it a little sooner next time, I'd like to give everybody a little more heads up. I don't know, like 12 hours or so might be so people can see it earlier in the day. So so that's all I have for tonight. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and just I was just want to go back here. Most people will say it this way. I'll go back to. So yeah, I just like how Home Depot says this. So this kind of my final thought. I just want to say we honor and remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. So I hope that everyone has a great, safe weekend. And I'm not sure when I'm going live next. It might be a couple weeks from now on a Thursday. So I'm not sure. We'll have to see what kind of new tool announcements they have. It's been kind of quiet there. So maybe we'll talk about something else. So, all right. If you have some other questions or comments, something you recommend for the next live stream, let me know down below. I'd be interested to hear any suggestions you have. And then like I said, I'm planning on making some other videos showing the Bosch Father's Day sale that's dedicated just to that, some with the Ryobi days. So yeah, if you want to find out more, I will have the links down below a little bit later on. And yeah, Texas Vet says, same to everyone, and God bless my brothers and sisters in arms. Amen. All right, so that's a great way to end it. So I hope that you all have like I said, good night, and we'll talk soon.